is James A. Davis III. I work for USDA Farm Service Agency. I've been with the agency now, August this year be 12 years. I first came to the state office in 2016 as the NAP specialist. As of 2020, I am now currently as the Price Support and Operations Program Chief, Head of Division, and also I still handle the NAP program as a specialist. NAP program stands for Non-Insurable Crop Assistance Program, which basically is a program that provides farmers with insurance on crops that are not normally getting coverage for through risk management service, which handles all normal crop insurance. Some of the major crops that NAP covers are sweet potatoes, strawberries, cucumbers, cabbage. It covers an array of crops throughout North Carolina, and it's a very important program to have for producers so they can have a safety net. NAP has two types of coverages. The first coverage that I will cover is basic coverage. Basic coverage means basically we can cover at 50% of your yield at 55% of your price. Basically that means, just for simple calculations, if your approved yield is at 100 and your price is at 100, that means we're going to cover 50% of the yield, which would be 50, and then also of that price, if say it was 100, then we're going to cover 55 of the price. So if that's in cents or whatever, that would be 55 cents. If that was dollars, it would be $55. So that covers our NAP basic coverage for participants. Now, if you're a participant that would like to have the buy-up level, buy-up level means that you're covered up to a 65, 100 level. Like before, I talked about the NAP basic level where it covers 50% of the yield at 55% of the price, where with the buy-up level, you can actually get up to 65% of the yield at 100% of the price. But that comes with a premium. And if you're a social disadvantage or limited resource producer, that premium would be half the amount that normally it would be if you were not falling in one of those classifications. Farmers can find out about NAP application deadlines by actually going into their local county office. Every county has an office that a producer can actually call or either go into. Even though we're doing COVID restrictions right now, we're not allowing anybody to come into the office. The office person can contact the office, and the county can give them a list of all the crops that are available for NAP and what that application closing date is. You can go on, I think, farmers.gov also to get listings of county offices across the state so they can get those numbers to contact the offices. For different farmers that may want to apply for NAP coverage, number one is some farmers may not have farm numbers. So we would like to make sure that they actually go into the local offices and make sure they apply to get their farm and tract number. In order to be a NAP participant, you must have a farm and tract number. Also, after you get that farm and tract number, then participants are need to fill out what we call a FSA 578 form, which is our acreage reporting form. Everything we do in FSA, we do tally up the acreage for participants. And then that way, that's how they can apply for NAP coverage, by getting that farm and tract number, acreage reporting done, and then apply by the applicable closing date of those particular crops that they want to have insured. Disadvantaged producers, I think, should apply for NAP coverage because, number one, it gives them a safety net. If you don't apply for it, then you have no type of safety net. Even though the basic coverage level is low at 55, but at least that's giving you some coverage. And one of the key components that I like by you being social disadvantaged producer is that to get this application coverage for 50, 55 level is actually free. So to me, I think that not only it gives producers an opportunity to come in and build a relationship with the local offices, and so they can know about Farm Service Agency programs, but it also gives them an opportunity to get a safety net for the crops that they're growing at coverage for free. Some things for participants to keep in mind when they're so they can stay eligible with NAP participation is, number one, make sure every year they file an acreage report. Make sure they sign and date that acreage report so the county office could have that on file. Make sure also when they apply for NAP, make sure they tell the county office they want to receive the NAP basic provisions, which basically the NAP basic provisions provides, it's a manual that really tell participants what their do's and don'ts throughout the year for NAP. It also lets them keep in mind that when they want to apply for a notice of loss, when they need to report that notice of loss, and also make an application for payment on those losses. So in those basic provisions, it gives producers all the different terms that are relevant for NAP, and it helps them. It's basically just like a guide to give them step-by-step instructions on how to successfully apply for NAP, also how to successfully use NAP if they do have a loss, and how they can generate a payment. So make sure you ask the county office for a copy of the NAP basic provisions. All county offices are required to give those to all NAP participants, but to make sure they receive that, and also make sure the participants ask for a receipt for service from the Farm Service Agency to make sure they are covered in all the questions that they ask when they go into that local offices, whether it's by phone or by email. Make sure they ask for that receipt for service as well.